with Charlo, and that dude, that dude a hustle. I say that because he was cool at one point in time. You know what I mean? Like, me and Charlo was cool, like, but like, for some odd reason, once I moved up in weight and, you know what I mean, started calling out Spence and, you know what I mean, that's his stablemate, he jumped in it. Spence gonna knock you out, oh, you know, man, we smoking bud over here, like doing all that girl stuff, man. We don't do that shit, like, you know what I mean? When I be him, coming to see you.
Wants that fight with Charlo.
Ow! Those are the words of Terence Crawford. And as you guys can remember last year, Terence Crawford, when trying to get the Spence fight done, Jermell started talking. And we know the relationship between Jermell and Errol Spence. Jermell Charlo and Errol Spence, they're stable mates. They're over there with Derek James, him, along with Joshua. Now Ryan Garcia's over there. So they got a squad of people that's over there. But Terence Crawford was just really clearing up the history behind it and why he doesn't like him, why he thinks he's a garden tool. Oh. And he wasn't like that before. He wasn't like that until he came to or closer to the division that he was in. And when the whole Errol Spence and Terence Crawford fight was materializing, then that's when Jermell started talking. And me counterpunching Terence Crawford's intentions, comments, statements, desires. That's what you can't help not to like him unless you're just a biased SOB. Because there's nobody that's doing that. That's just like Canelo saying, I'm going to whoop everybody at 168. Okay. And since you better be perturbitive, as people call him, so you're talking the crap about me, then I'm going to whoop you. That's what that's like. Because, you know, Canelo's already unified a division. That's like him going to the other division. And I'm going to beat the undisputed champion there. Because, you know, Beterbiev is as close as you have to it. Because Bivol is the only one or the only belt that he doesn't have, which is the WBA. Okay, so that's just like Canelo saying, you know what, Beterbiev, you know, that's if Beterbiev beat Bivol and then Beterbiev is sitting there talking smack about Canelo Alvarez because Canelo Alvarez, you know, is going to fight one of his stablemates from Russia. You know? And I tell you people, if he beats Errol, because I think he will beat Errol Spence. And if he goes to 154 and beats Jermell Charlo, if it's allowed to happen, if it's allowed, then it will be hard. It will be very hard for anybody to take that number one pound for pound slot. Because you got a guy at 140, 147, 154. He's done more than any fighter in the last 10 years, probably besides Pacquiao, because Pacquiao has the 8 divisions. I don't think you have someone topping that, but in any of those 8 divisions, did he unify or did he become undisputed in any of those? And the same goes for Floyd Mayweather. Nobody can say that. Hey, I'm undisputed champion in 3 different weight classes from 140, 147, 154. Challenge me. It's going to be hard to do that. See, Terence Crawford's a real threat. And look, it doesn't surprise me, though. You can miss me with all that weight BS because that guy's a wrestler. He's strong. He's a gym rat. Yeah, he has a chip on his shoulder, but he's more like a Michael Jai White. He's not a guy that he's a freak. He's not a guy that normal, like Errol Spence does normal shit to self-destruct, like drinking too much, or you know what I mean? He might smoke a little bud or whatever. That's not Terence Crawford. Just like it's not Michael Jai White. They get off on actual combat and accomplishments and stuff like that. Guys like that are dangerous. And he walks around at 170 or so. So there you go, you know. So, dude, him coming to 54. And you know he has to beat Errol Spence twice unless he just knocks out Errol Spence. And then if he knocks out Errol Spence, it would be a situation like when Bernard Hopkins beat Trinidad, and Trinidad just didn't even want a rematch because there would be no reason for us to see that fight because you just didn't see Trinidad doing anything to show you that he could win a rematch, you know? It would be hard not to keep him at one or number one for a very long time until he probably retires. You think if he beats Jermell and he beats Errol, do you understand he's taken out Al Heyman's front runners? You know what I mean? Because Terence Crawford could just retire. I mean, because knowing him, though, Terence Crawford wouldn't stop there. He would probably when he beats Errol Spence, then he goes and fights Jermell Charlo. If he could beat Jermell Charlo, then he'll go up to fight Canelo. Because, that's the only fight that could be really happen and people will want to see. You know? But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Terence Crawford calling Jermell Charlo a hoe, confirming that he wants him after he beats Errol the True Spence. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunching. Peace!